Hey, we're here. It's happening.
It's good. It's good. It's the best feeling when I like see the screen and it splits and I see the wonderful face. I'm like, yay!
I love it. Round two. Hey, listen, I love what you're doing. I love this whole series that you started. I know it started as just like an experiment, and it's taken on a life of its own. You're doing so many regular shows, had so many people that I've never heard of on, and just crazy, amazing ideas. And you're leading the way for doing these daily deep dives on IG. So I love it. I'm honored to be back for round two, and I'm yours. However I can bring value, let's do it.
Thank you so much. You're the best. Honestly, like I now jump on a little earlier so that I can like brag about how amazing my guest is, because I know that especially someone as heartfelt and humble as you don't share all the amazing things that you are. So I got a chance to do that for a few minutes before you jumped on. But thank you so much for being here again, Evan. I just love your energy. I can't wait to hug at some point. I don't know when, but at some point we're gonna meet either in Canada or in the US, and we're gonna have to like hug, because I feel like we're already at that point. I've worked
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, so as everyone knows, this is sort of like our part two, and it's really about just a deep dive into YouTube. And so there's so many questions. Most of the questions are just, how do you start? I can't figure out the algorithm. Questions about, I'm just going to throw them out too so that you can figure out what you want to answer. First, people want to know about YouTube Shorts. Is that something they should spend time on when there's already TikTok and Reels? And ironically, people want to know if they should be putting what they're doing on Clubhouse on YouTube, even though that's like a video, platform. Like, what are your thoughts on that? People are saying, if I want to post my YouTube link on Facebook, is that a good idea? Is that bad? So tons of questions, just throwing out a few. So, okay. You can you decide what you want to answer first.
Well, I'm game for anything. We can go in order or take live chat questions or bring somebody in. I mean, whatever brings the most value. I like how timely some of those are. So, you're looking at Clubhouse, super hot right now. If you have a podcast, you have to be on Clubhouse. I think Clubhouse is eating a lot of podcast market share.
Yeah.
It's not really doing much to YouTube. I think if you're going to take a Clubhouse video recording, first off, there's still issues around recording on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So you have to get permission. You gotta, everybody coming in who's saying things. A lot of people putting like rec in the title just so that they know it's being recorded. And when you reset the room, you say that it's being recorded just to let people know. An audio only file on YouTube sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's a visual platform. People are going to YouTube to see something. So you've got two options to do it. One is you turn it into some kind of visual mashup. So if you're going to go make a piece of content, it's a great speech, you then put B-roll on top of it, you put music on top of it, it becomes a motivational kind of video. Or you actually film yourself. There's people now, that's what they're doing. They're taking their podcast, going to Clubhouse, dual miking, like you use this mic for the Clubhouse, but then your studio mic, and they're talking into their camera because they have the intention to then turn that into a Clubhouse.
Yeah.
The challenge becomes, what do you do with the guests when they come on? So you show B-roll of them while they talk, or you have to have something visual. If you're just uploading audio to YouTube, you're going to lose. It's already played out with podcasts.
Yeah.
The podcasts who just uploaded a stripped audio version do not do well. The podcasts where they record a video, they do well. So you need a video component to it to win. But I love the thinking. I love the hacking already. People are going,
because people are just sort of like, this is hot, but how can I take what I do here and then, fortify my YouTube? So that's really good advice. Just like you have to use stock footage or something, some sort of B-roll, and put something visually in the background, because that's what it's for. What about the shorts? How do you think, is that something that people should spend energy on when there's competing platforms already that are pretty set there with TikTok, with the Reels on Instagram? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't focus on shorts yet. I'm playing with it, but I play with everything. I like testing. I waste a lot of time, working on things that don't work, and then try to bring what does work as a recommendation. If you had unlimited energy and time and resources, then you should have shorts. Nobody's crushing it in thought leadership with shorts. The best practice so far is to have a second channel for shorts. But the ones that are, there's two issues. One, the things that are blowing up are not thought leadership videos. They're everything else. So like the prank videos and all the other stuff on YouTube that I'm not an expert at, but thought leadership is my jam. So if you want to do a prank channel or a kids channel or a slime channel or something, give it a shot for sure. Inside thought leadership, nobody's blowing up with it. And two, the life cycle of a short is super short, where it kind of kneecaps you for the biggest advantage of going to YouTube is the videos that you make live forever.
Yeah.
So is this going to go on YouTube, this video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's totally
it's
gonna
great.
go. Your other one went on YouTube also.
I love it. So
yeah.
when if you do an IG live, and this is,
I mean, is that okay? I should.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love it.
Sure.
When anybody does an IG live, you get an instant boost, right? You got 1,000 people watching. You'll in the next 24 hours get more people in the replay, and then it just kind of tanks, right? And that's Instagram. That's not doesn't speak to the quality of the interview. That's just how Instagram works.
Right.
YouTube, this interview in a year will still be getting views, still be getting traction, still be getting attention, still building up the brand. Mm-hmm. And so the biggest benefit of YouTube is that it's the only place where your content lives forever. Mm-hmm. And so by going all in on shorts, you're kneecapping the biggest benefit. So you might get a little bit of instant results, but then you have to be on this treadmill of constantly making content.
Right.
Combined with the fact that in thought leadership, it hasn't reached anywhere close to adoption. People are not picking it up. They're not consuming it. So if you want to play with it.
Why is that, do you think? Because there are people that have said that they're trying to develop their coaching business and they're putting things on YouTube and it's not tracking. And I'm not sure if it's just, I think personal development, that space is where people are diving into, especially after 2020. And that was definitely one of the questions that popped up for 4 or 5 different people. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, YouTube in general for thought leadership, huge opportunities, like number one place where you need to be in 2021 for any kind of thought leadership, for sure. Okay. YouTube Shorts, I just wouldn't be investing a lot of time in right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might be a guest the third time in 2 months and say, Shorts is the thing right now, right? I just don't want to, time is the asset, especially for entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. So what you do has to have the highest chance of working. Mm-hmm. And I want to just give the advice that works right now.
Right. No, that's great to know. And it's interesting because there were a lot of questions because we see what's been tracking between YouTube and some of these other channels is the prank stuff, So is there, the question was, is there an algorithm to this or is it just the content? Is it just that pranks just do better?
Well, people would always rather be entertained than educated.
Really good now.
People will always rather be entertained. So anything that's entertainment is just going to do better because people would rather shut off their life than try to make their life better. Mm-hmm. So watching Big Brother and seeing other people's train wrecks and lives fall apart makes you feel good about your life, and it means you don't have to go fix it, right? Most people don't want to fix their life. They say they do, but they don't actually want to do the work. So that's just part of the game. Education on any platform doesn't do as well as entertainment. Mm-hmm. That being said, I'm only in the education business. I'm not that entertaining.
Yeah, me too.
Nobody's watching me for my jokes or pranks or anything else. So, we've got almost 3 million subscribers on the channel. That's pretty big for education channel. Entertainment, it's decent, but there's much bigger ones. But YouTube is quickly becoming an education platform. Mm-hmm. Where people are going to YouTube to learn. Yeah. Where before it used to be just YouTube for those fun prank videos and whatever. But now YouTube is, for some people, the default place where they go to learn. Mm-hmm. So how do I XYZ? Instead of going to Google to type it, they're going to YouTube to find it. And your videos could show up. Mm-hmm. So it's quickly becoming, this is why long form works really well on YouTube, because people are going to learn. Education on Instagram is hard because most people on Instagram are not looking for deep education. They're looking for inspiration. They're looking for encouragement. They're looking for motivation. They're looking for optimism and positivity, which Instagram is great at. But for deep diving into education, It's just people aren't ready typically. This is why you're helping break the mold with these IG lives, because most people, unless they plan it in, they're not coming to Instagram ready. They're not coming in ready to sit there for half an hour watching a video.
Right.
But YouTube, they will.
Yeah, it's so true. So, so that being said, there are people that actually, like, they want to break into, and I use the word in quotes because it's what came in, the way the question was worded. Breaking into YouTube, should they create content that's just what it seems like viral content? So, for example, pranks or entertainment, or should they just dive into what it is that they want to talk about? Some people like that kind of like, they want that jump start just to get people to go to the account, for example. So that was a question that came up. Two questions were similar that were like that, but I thought that was a good question to ask because there are people that are just trying to jumpstart, which is kind of typical.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something just trying to get views and you're not actually connected to it, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
If I was going to try to make prank videos, I would lose because I don't care about prank videos, right? And people are saying in the chat that they're going to Instagram for education. It's great. It does exist. It's just, it's not the typical Instagram experience. People will go to YouTube more for long form educational content, especially long form. So if you want to jumpstart and hack your way, a couple things to keep in mind. I wouldn't go do prank or video because you're going to bring in the wrong subscribers. If you're going to do prank videos and then you're going to start making educational content, it's like, I don't care about how to do this. I want you to go.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Go prank somebody. What did I sign up for? Why am I here? Right? So you start by thinking about, I'm trying to reach my younger self. I'm trying to reach my younger. What would my message be to my younger self? To start brainstorming ideas for types of content you can make. Then you go to YouTube and you search for other videos that have already been made around that. You're then looking for the videos. This is the biggest hack if you're getting started. You look at the videos that are getting more views than the channel has subscribers. So if the video has 5,000 views, but the channel has 500 subscribers, that video did really well for them. Most videos on a channel don't get more views than subscribers. The subscriber count is usually higher than the views. So anytime there's a video that has more views than subscribers, then that's a great video to make. So what I'd love for people to do if you want to hack your way in is think about what you're going to, an authentic message, right? Like I'm trying to hack authentically, hack with purpose, right? It's like, how do we get there fast, but still be in alignment with something that we're proud of making, not just, right? Like I make top 10 videos on people's rules for success.
Yeah.
If I said top 10 stupidest moments from whoever, that video would actually probably do better than the rules of success because we love seeing people fail. I just don't want to make that content. It doesn't feel right for me, right? So what's the message you give to your younger self? Type that into YouTube, see what related videos are showing up, and then the video title that has more views and subscribers, we're trying to take that same title or a variation of the title. And then I don't even care what's in the video. I want you to make your version of that video. Yeah. And that's how you start to hack the process because most of the views on YouTube, 70% of the views on YouTube come from what's recommended, not from search. So the goal is not to show up in search. I mean, if you do, great, but that's not how the big channels blow up. It's not from search. It's by YouTube recommending your videos. Yeah. So your goal is to show up after somebody else's video. That's the real game.
Yeah.
So if you use a similar title, it gives you a good shot at it. And again, the content has to be, you promise with the title, what this video is about, you have to then deliver on the promise, right? Like you said, YouTube deep dive. We better be talking about YouTube, not coffee or something else, right?
Yes, exactly.
So make sure you deliver on that promise. And that's a good starting point for a lot of small channels to start to blow up.
Yeah, and I'm it seemed like kind of like an odd question, but I'm so glad that I asked it and you had a chance to answer that because with the success that you created, I want to remind people that you really have to stay authentic, and it's something that I talked about you before you jumped on. It's just like being authentic, and your content has to reflect you. Someone had posted fake authentic, and that's it. That's not going to work for you, and I think that what always tracks the best is what really comes from the heart, and it's a reflection of what you truly believe. So I just want that to be a reminder to people who feel like they have to do something that's not authentic to get started. Like, no, always be authentic to you. It's how you want to get started. But there's some of these brilliant tips that Evan actually gave me several months ago. We revamped our YouTube according to that.
I love it.
It's so helpful.
Let me just jump on that point, because people ask me about burnout a lot. Yeah. Like, how do you? I've made videos since April 2009. Was my first video, and since then, we've done 11 or 12,000 videos.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot of videos.
I can't remember the last time we've missed. It's been probably at least 7 years since we haven't uploaded a video every day. Wow. At least, maybe longer. I'd have to look into the data. But how? How do I stay so productive? I'm not a superhuman. I'm not like some genius or some Elon Musk working 100-hour weeks and
kind of a genius.
Well, I think as much as I'm a genius, as much as you're a genius, as much as everybody here is a genius, right?
We are.
So yes, we are all our own geniuses, but I'm not that extra special compared to everybody else. But I don't burn out because it's fun.
Yeah.
Like talking to you, this is fun. This isn't work.
Yeah.
I see this on my calendar. It's like, hey, we're going to do it again. This, you and your audience gives me energy that I'm going to then take. This isn't like I need to go nap or meditate after this. You're giving me energy. and I think if you had me doing accounting work all day, I would burn out after 3 days. I would hate my life and I would burn out. No knock against accountants. It's just not what I like doing.
Yeah.
But making video content that I enjoy, 11 years later, 12,000 videos later, still doing it. And no signs, if anything, we're just ramping up the channels and the content. And so to your point, why did I bring this up around authenticity? Yeah. You will start to hate your life if you're doing the work that is not deeply connected to you. Mm-hmm. You have to feel like we all want to wake up and feel like what we do today matters.
Yeah.
You just want to feel like it matters to somebody, that we're putting good out into the world somewhere, and it's hopefully going to be received by somebody. And we just want somebody to say, hey, you made a difference in my life. Whether that's YouTube, but any business that you're starting, you just want to feel like you're positively impacting somebody else's life. And if you actually feel that every day, I think it's a lot harder to get burnt out than if you woke up every day and felt like, nobody really cares. This doesn't matter. I'm just trying to chase the algorithm. Yeah. What I do doesn't really matter to anybody. I think that's a fast track to burning out, depression, hating your life. So I'm super glad that you brought that up, because I'm very passionate about, authentically. Yeah. Yes, you hack, and yes, you use all the shortcuts you can, but it's got to be from the heart. Like, you got to love the work that you're doing.
Yep, 100%, and that's and people feel that, and because I'm woo-woo, like there's an energy that you're giving to your audience beyond your words. There's an energy that you're giving to people when you are doing it from your heart and from an authentic place that they will actually feel. So, just a reminder, it's just like that extra bonus that you're doing when you're doing it that way.
I love the woo-woo. It's great. I receive your woo-woo. It's great.
I love it. I'm so glad. I'm like wooing out here. We got to send you some more woo-woo. I know we sent you a box, but we have some more stuff that we're sending you guys. It just seems like it takes 3 months to get to Canada.
Yeah, with COVID, everything, it does take long. But, I think back to our very first time of doing it, our show got canceled because your dog had an issue, right? I think we started, and I love that you said, oh, so cute. I love that we stopped it because it wouldn't have been, that's authentic to you, even though other people might say come on, it's just a dog, or the show must go on. No. I can't focus and concentrate with my dog is sick. So I'm going to stop this, and we're going to, and I mean, so glad everything worked out. But I love that. I love that about you, is that if it feels right, you're going to do it. If it doesn't feel right, you're not going to do it. And you'll attract like-minded people to that energy. And the people who don't like that, they move on and they find a different tribe.
Yeah, no, it's true. And thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it, because I mean, all I was thinking was how great you were, that you're like, oh, I totally get it. We have fur babies, and you know, we're so in alignment. And you're in my heart tribe, and you know, you're not someone that's like, oh, well, that was 20 minutes of my time that I blocked out my calendar, you know, and you just completely understood. And so that's exactly what you're saying, where we are the energy, you know, we attract that energy that we are. And so, so grateful for you. So thank you for that. And Gizmo, you can see, thanks you too. He's so funny.
I've got one of mine here.
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh, what a cutie!
Yeah, that's our miniature Dachshund.
And name so that
Tristana is the miniature Dachshund. Tristana, say hi.
So our audience loves the fur babies. I'm sure they're all the hearts. They check in on Gizmo. Gizmo had a coughing fit yesterday, so everyone was so concerned. It was so sweet. We have, and I just want to acknowledge everyone here. I know that people have been looking forward, you know, just and your energy. It was into one of the comments earlier, just loving the energy that you bring, you know, and that actually leads into one of the questions that that was asked was, is it better to go onto YouTube and just do your own videos, like it's just you, or is it better to do something like this, you know, interview style, or that there's someone else in the video? And I thought that was a good question to ask. Something I actually didn't think about that exact question myself, but I thought, oh, maybe I should do some more solo videos. And I don't know if there's anything algorithmic to that. It's really about content, I think, but would love to.
Yeah, that's a personal choice. It's like, are you a dog person or a cat person?
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer. I mean, dog is the right answer, but there's no right or wrong answer. So interviews, coaching, solo videos, tutorials, whiteboard videos, lots of different options.
There was a question about the whiteboard video, so I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so all of them can work.
Mm-hmm.
More important than the format is how comfortable are you in the format?
Mm-hmm.
Like a person who pretends to like dogs but doesn't actually like dogs, right. You know it, like you feel it, right? It just feels fake, you know? You just know that person's going to put the dog down and not talk to them for the rest of the day, but they try to fake it, bring it on camera. It's the same thing. If you love interviews, if you love people and you love telling their story, then do interviews. Mm-hmm. If you love coaching, then bring people on and do coaching. If you just want to get your message out and speak to the camera, do that. If you want to use a whiteboard because it's easier to showcase your knowledge and visual, do that. There's no right or wrong. It's just right or wrong for you. All of it can work. All of it has worked. What do you feel? What do you have the most fun doing?
Yeah.
Because to your point about energy, it's really just an energy transfer. You're giving them knowledge, yes, but more important, the knowledge they can go look up somewhere. You really want them to get the belief that it's possible for them to learn the knowledge and apply it and change their life. And they get that belief by your energy. Mm-hmm. You're taking a little bit of Believe energy, Evan energy, Serena energy, Gizmo energy, Tristana energy, you know, and that makes you hopefully make some kind of change in your life. And that's your goal, is you want people to take your energy and then make some kind of change in your audience's life as well. And so if you are not comfortable and you feel way out of place and you're doing something that you know doesn't feel right, you just won't bring the energy. It just won't happen. And so even if you're sharing the right information, people won't resonate because they can sense the energy. Like, oh, I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like her. I don't know. What she's saying makes sense, but I don't know. I just don't like him.
Yeah.
The energy's off.
Yeah. No, I love this. You know, I mean, it wasn't like, and you guys, and I just want to, again, just acknowledge our audience because everyone's so great and they're still here and they're engaged. And I love that it wasn't like, okay, so what are your top 10, you know, tips or hacks for this? And that just reinforcing the energy just about you, that it's exactly everything. And if you don't already follow Evan, you need to go to the bottom of this pinned comment here and go follow him on Instagram, which takes you everywhere, and obviously to his YouTube. I'm sure most of you already do. But just reconfirming that it's about your energy, it's about authenticity, it's about what you're teaching from your heart and how you're going to serve, and if you don't have Evan's book, and I don't know why it's not right here, where Gizzle blesses the books, that sits right here, like when you're serving it, that is what helps you build that community, whether it's on YouTube, as we're deep diving here, or any other platform. So I really love that our conversation has gone back to that. And look what someone said here. Yes. Oh my gosh, 1,000 people. It's exactly a 101. Oh, that's a really good angel number too. Yes, 1001. So, but I know that there are people that just want maybe a couple more takeaways, like the hack that you gave about searching and seeing what titles, what videos performed exceedingly well, and kind of using that as an outline or a framework of something that you're going to do in your own authentic way. Maybe a couple more takeaways that are like that, since I know that that's also what people are looking for.
Yeah. And I know we're hitting the clock. I would say the things that matter the most are, one, getting people to click on your videos. So that's going to be a function of your thumbnail and your title. Make sure that your thumbnail especially is visible from the phone and you can read the text. A lot of people design in Photoshop and it's this giant thing, but then it's like, I can't see that when they zoom in. It's got to be easy to read from the phone. Go actually look at it on your phone and see if you can read your text. 2, how frequently are you uploading? So I want, if you're not consistent, try to get to once a week. If you're already at once a week, try to go to 3 times a week. If you're at 3 times a week, try to go daily. Yeah. After daily, I wouldn't worry about adding more content. I'd focus more on the quality of the content. I'd be making 10+ minute videos. We're just rapid firing, hacks here. 10+ minute videos, lasting how long? No maximum. I've done 3-hour, 8-hour videos that crush it.
Wow.
Yeah. But 10 minutes at a minimum. I would pay attention to your audience retention. Super important. So for every video, you can get lost in data and analytics. The most important thing to look at is your audience retention, and aim for 70% at 1 minute, which means that 1 minute in on the video, 70% of the people are still watching. If you're getting a good click through because you have great thumbnails, a good title, if you're at 70% audience retention, meaning you're keeping people and you're uploading consistently, your channel is going to blow up.
Yeah, no, that's great. Such great tips. And thanks for just like kind of getting them in. Yay! At the end there, we got, that really good, just like, not energy, but just a good heart advice, kind of like in the beginning of this, because that's really where it comes from. And then just some solid, actually made some mental notes. I'm like, oh, we did that. All based off what Evan said like a few months ago. But a few things I'm like, oh, we got to double check that. So those are amazing. Thank you so much, Evan. And we have you for maybe one more minute. Are you at 1:30? Actually, it's not 1:30, 4:30 for you. One more minute or 2, or how are we on time?
Super. I have another one at 1:30 your time. Okay. So we got to bounce, but I love that you're putting all this on YouTube, and I love that you're sharing, and I love the evolution of this show. And if you or your team have questions about YouTube, just hit me up. You know how to reach me. Hit me up because I want to see it. I want to see it continue to grow for you. I'm looking forward to round 3 whenever we make that happen. Yay! And thanks for having me as always. You got such an amazing community, and wishing everybody an amazing Easter as well.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day to your fur baby. Good Easter. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye.